Hello, today is March 27th, 2021. We always start with our disclaimer. Wouldn't want to disappoint people waiting to see it. It's my trading plan for Monday, March 29th, 2021. I can be completely wrong, so trade at your own risk. Please observe the rules of my channel. If you need to contact me, my email is here. Look for the pattern with the early low. This is it, and I believe Monday's pattern will also have the early low. We said if the wave count I was using was correct, we should drop at or soon after the open, and if that didn't happen, it would increase the chance that this break we had Thursday was a false move. So that didn't happen. So this was called a false move, and there really wasn't a prediction after that other than the fact it was a pattern with the early low. We did have some old MEJT targets from earlier in the month. We had 39.47.57 from the 23rd. We had 39.63.70 from the 18th, and that printed. The only unfilled target from 2021 is from January 29th. That's 3701.75. And the last one prior to that, which hadn't printed, is from late July 2020, around 3,200 and change. So for about 8 months, we have 800-point move almost, and one target which has not printed. Let's see how we did during the day. We got an ultimate sell signal early. That's enough for the minimum. You almost always get more. So after this rally, almost always you're going to undercut this low. We had this major drop in the afternoon. MEJT said it was a false move that we were going to recover over these lines, and we clearly did. On page 120 of the book, there's a short-term sell signal. People tell me the electronic version doesn't have the page numbers. It's in chapter 7, right before example 1. It says in the book we should drop at some time on Monday. It doesn't say when. We should drop 10 points. I've revised that to 8 to 10 points. So sometime Monday we look for an 8 to 10 point drop. We just don't know where it starts from. When I came up with the rules, 8 to 10 points was about a 1% drop. Right now it's kind of a blip. It's kind of hard to find a day where you don't have an 8 to 10 point drop, but we'll just repeat the rule because it triggered. Usually on Fridays you're going to follow through and you get rallies like this. The catch is we've got a clear 5 waves up. Doesn't have to stop here, but if it does, you can explain it. We have a wall into the close, 50% chance of gapping down. So this pattern really should continue going higher. But if we gap down instead, and particularly if we gap down and undercut this low, which I'm not predicting, but if that happens, it's pretty negative, and it marks this whole thing as a false move. We've now gone back over the FOMC announcement price, and that puts the whipsaw back into play. So let's go over that. Monday's pattern has early low. Doesn't mean you won't gap up. Typically, it's a rally day, a high in the final hour. If it's weak instead, expect further weakness. We went past the 39.4207 FOMC announcement price. It reinstates the whipsaw target. We had one leg up, 41.80 points, measured from this price. Next leg down was 88.27 points under that price. Next leg up should be greater than 88.27 points over that price, meaning we have a target of 4,030.34. Now, you can still invalidate this if we gap down smartly on Monday, particularly if this low falls. But if that doesn't happen, we should see 4,030.34 and higher. Give it a few points here or there, and it doesn't mean you have to go there in a straight line. Doesn't even mean you have to go up on Monday. But that's the target from the pattern. So the wall into the close at the high, 50-50 chance of gapping down. Talked about the MEJT sell signal on page 120 of the book. We should have a move lower 8 to 10 points at some time, but it doesn't say where it starts from. Strong rallies on Friday should carry through into Monday's open. Short-term negative, if that doesn't happen. Even if we gap down, it would need to be filled at some point. Doesn't have to be any point soon, but usually is. So this is pretty positive action. We had a good sell signal. It was rejected immediately. We now have a signal higher prices are printing, and unless that's rejected immediately, meaning you gap down and ideally undercut this low, we should be up to over 4,000. Actually, up to over 4,034 before this legs up. But again, it doesn't mean you go there in a straight line. It doesn't mean you even have to close up on Monday, but that's what the target of the pattern is. We have the early low scheduled for Monday, and that's today's call.